What's the deal, YouTube? We're back with the weekly podcast. We're a day late and a dollar too short, but we're here with the Big Game of Small Talk podcast. We have a lot to talk about. Today is the last show of 2014.
Oh, yeah.
We had some ups and downs. We lost some people, but we still here going strong. We still got the nucleus of the Big Game of Small Talk podcast. So, you see the title of the show. There's no denying it. 2014 belonged to the Xbox One. You know what I mean? You can
deal with
it. I mean, let's call a spade, man. They took all the bad PR, turned that shit around, gave us exclusive after exclusive, feature after fucking feature, granny after granny. You know what I mean?
Deal with it.
You know, it is what it is, man. So, like, you know what I mean?
I'll put it this way, because I did a video like this earlier. A lot of people were like, well, they'll just point to, like, the sales, which will overall favor the PS4. But if you look at things, right, Xbox One started off, and they had the biggest new IP that everybody was looking forward to, which was Titanfall in March.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so they had what I was looking for right away was that. That's why I bought one. I mean, obviously the other games like Rise and stuff was really cool too, and Forza, but obviously having a big game like Titanfall come out so early in March was important. You know, and then I like Kinect messing around with that. So, you know, Kinect Sports Rivals or Max Curse of Brothers, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, later on, right when it mattered, you know what I'm saying, they hit you with like D4, Project Spark, Forza Horizon 2, Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, just my favorite game of the year, obviously. Master Chief Collection, and the Halo Beta, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's just.
I'm gonna tell you, once Forza Horizon 2 came out, it was downhill from Sony from then on.
Well, did you guys hear it, man? I heard today from several Sony fans that once that patch hit Drive Club was better. That's what they said.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, a patch all of a sudden makes that game better. I mean, sure, you can't tune up your cars or paint your cars really, or you know, go off road, and you know, you can't even go off the lines in that game. And there's only 50 cars, even though I own 130 or 40 in my Forza Horizon 2, but that's okay. You know, I mean, that little bit of weather obviously makes a boring Drive Club game better.
The weather is nice. I ain't gonna sit here and totally debunk the weather, but they need to stop with that. They're going too far with it now.
Dude,
they gotta wait. They had to wait. That game came out. You know what? You know.
It came out
early on.
October.
Yeah, and they just now getting weather.
Yeah.
Stop
and
it.
Just now.
Deal with it.
They still don't have. They still don't have the free demo version. You know what I'm saying?
That's the saying for the end of this year. Y'all lost. Deal with it.
Hey, but no, is that game still not working online? Is the game still not working online?
It works somewhat, but they don't have the promised demo version or whatever that is, the PlayStation Plus version.
Oh yeah,
that was promised.
They're supposed to get that free at launch. Yeah,
that was promised at launch, and so it's interesting that it's not, and nobody's like. You never notice how people are quick to forget what Sony does. Like look, this whole the interview deal, right? I supported that movie because I felt like a little bit of pride, I guess, in watching it. I thought it was pretty funny. Is it politically correct? Mm-hmm. No. Is it funny? Yeah, I thought it was fucking hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So I supported that, but people were so quick to like forgive Sony for that. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, and who was the one that stepped up to the plate? It was like the American companies, Google and Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? They're the ones that are like, hey, we're going to show this for you. You know what I'm saying? And like Sony didn't really take any of the risk on that. They're gonna make their money back on that either way because that they take out insurance on movies and things like that. But also, like, look at how quickly that hack and stuff, like, where you have all their people in the higher-ups, like, saying rude shit and being just really, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people are so quick to forget that stuff already.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like...
Microsoft or Bill Gates.
Oh, man. It would have been T-shirts, boots, mittens, everything with slogans on it. It would have had all kind of slogans on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? The ship is sinking.
Yeah, absolutely right, though. You know what I mean? Because think about the little thing that down there. If you want an offline console, we have the 360 for that. You remember that? And the internet was in the uproar.
People still talking to say that. People still say that.
You have the Sony. We're not talking about the janitor in Sony. We're talking about the higher up execs saying that Obama's favorite movie is Boys in the Hood, and you know what I mean, and stuff like that, or does he like chicken and watermelon and calling Denzel? He shouldn't, he should be a lead
like that chicken and watermelon.
You shouldn't hire black actors, black actors as cast them as lead actors and give them lead in movies like this. Is coming from a multi-billion-dollar company, and and like especially here, how you say quote unquote, in this YouTube, this gaming community, when everything, especially think shit. I heard more about me being a racist and crap being a racist
than anything else. Yeah.
From Sony, like I think that is fucked up. Just like that, right there, that motherfuckers pick and choose. Sony can do no wrong. You know what I mean? It's sad. That shit's horrible. We heard more shit this week about me and crap. And me being a homophobic and crap being a racist, and we heard anything about Sony.
You know what the sad part was? It wasn't even an outcry about it.
Nope.
It's like they just like, you know what? Bring me games. You can say whatever you want to say to me. As long as I got games, bring me those indies. I need them. They want them indies, baby.
I had someone today say they preferred the indies. They're like, yeah, as long as I'm getting. They're like, yeah, I'd rather play Doki Doki Universe than Sunset Overdrive. I mean, really, if you're gonna be a fanboy, at least be somewhat believable. It's okay to say like, okay, a couple indies are cool. Like I liked iDarb, I admit it. You know what I'm saying? And then people are like, oh man, you're such a hypocrite because you like that. Look, I'm not saying I love every indie, but if it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Then for here or there, yeah, it's not something I'm gonna play all the time. But if I have like a 10-minute or somebody's over and you're playing, you know what I'm saying? It's a good game for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like a reason to buy an Xbox One or anything. You know what I mean? The reasons to buy an Xbox One is Sunset Overdrive, Forza Horizon 2, Master Chief Collection.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, Killer Instinct. These are reasons why you buy one, or because you're a console gamer and that's why. You want to play these games on a console, even like Rise or Dead Rise. Those are fun games. You know what I'm saying? But also, in addition to the games, and they had their big tent poles, which like somebody's going to say, hey, but they only had Forza Horizon 2 and Sunset Overdrive. Well, you look at this. Forza Horizon 2, that's like the best racing franchise out. So, hey, they only had the best racing game release, and Sunset Overdrive, the biggest new IP in years. So, yeah, they had those two, plus you had your tentpole in Halo Master Chief Collection, which wasn't perfect, but they've done a hell of a job fixing that up. And at the end of the day, come next year, we're going to have a whole other campaign to play through, what I'm saying, for free and a month of live. And they went out of their way to make that right. And, what did Sony do about Drive Club? They haven't really done anything.
Nope.
And nobody's even said anything about it.
All they said was, please understand.
Yeah, please understand. Please understand.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you for your patience.
Your undying support.
And then you look at the other things, right? It wasn't just the games, but it was the monthly updates where they listened to what we wanted. And damn if they didn't implement that stuff like really fast, like on the back end. I was really impressed with how quickly they listened and implemented that. Obviously, there's a ways to go with what they're going to update for next year. That Upload Studio 2.0, that looks sick.
Oh man, that's going to be nice.
You're going to be seeing a lot of my fat ass on screen when that hits because because I like the green screen effects. You look like you're in a Titan and shit. I think that looks awesome, man. I don't care. Hey, man, if that Francis fat ass can get on screen, so can I. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Francis is not camera shy at all, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That boy revealed it all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every curve, every crack, everything.
They already take my picture and fucking put it on everything anyway, so who cares? Am I right? I mean, seriously.
Boy, them boys is on there, boy. That boy got some serious bosoms.
Yeah, and what he got on
he got some bitties.
The update is in beta form right now. I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. It's in beta form, yeah. Like only like the Microsoft Upload Studio people are using it.
And that's awesome. That right there, especially if you're a YouTube content provider, or even if you're thinking about getting into YouTube. You don't even need a PC. 15 minutes. You get to record 15 minutes. They were complaining about the 5. You know what I mean? But you know, in 15 minutes, especially if you're doing playthroughs or walkthrough, you can do all that shit now from your Xbox One. Like that's dope. You know, and you can green screen.
You can create so much content, and you can do like intros and stuff. Did you see that? Like, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, Upload Studio 2.0 is in beta. We talked about this months ago because I filled out a survey on it, and isn't that ironic? Most of the time when you fill out these little surveys for Microsoft, like I did a Sunset Overdrive 2 one as well. They're like, what do you want to see inside Overdrive 2? I'm like, co-op campaign. Yep, co-op campaign is what I want to see most. I thought it was a fantastic game, so I wouldn't be surprised if they already got that in the works. But yeah, so you can look up this. It's a smaller YouTuber, but he has footage of him showing off version 2.0 of this. You can do like intros. You can do green screen, and you don't need a green screen because Kinect can check depth and everything. So it puts the green screen around you, no matter where you are, and you can look like you're in a Titan from Titanfall or what have you. There's different backgrounds. There's different backgrounds you can choose from, but it's really, really cool. And that's something it's really helpful with Kinect. Plus, you're going to be able to do longer clips, I think up to 15 minutes. And you could do like edits and things like that. So I think it's really, really pushing the limits. And another reason why, especially if you're a content creator, Kinect is important. And Xbox One is a step ahead of the competition in yet another way, in my opinion.
Yeah, the fact that even when you're playing, you know, the fact of saying Xbox record that. Now, those of you guys that got the 350 bundle, I don't care about the Kinect. You really don't understand that once you get the Kinect, it completes the system. I'm not just saying that to be some Microsoft salesman. I'm not into motion control and gaming. I'm not. I've always said that.
Oh, quit being a corporate slave, man. Quit being a corporate slave.
Yeah, I'm saying though, I'm not just saying to say that the Kinect makes the Xbox One much better. You know what I mean? Just like I said, if you're, prime example, you're online and you do something nice, your Xbox is always recording. It sends it to everybody on your friends list, you know, the clip, and you can talk over the clip, you can edit it, and all that with the Kinect. Like I said, it's awesome. And, you know, Microsoft really took Xbox Live to the next level, you know what I mean, with, you know, these new features and stuff. But a lot of you guys, you know, you're not, you know, I'm not saying you got your Xbox kudos, you know what I mean, but you guys need the Kinect. You need it. You need it, you know. That's the way around it. You need that, you know. And also, to this
it's a nice, thing to have.
Yeah, but you got to be honest too. Like I said, you got to give. You know, Microsoft didn't have the software to support the Kinect at launch. Just say, hey, why we have to, you know, why we had to spend $150 for this piece for this peripheral? I'm not into motion again, and you know, you have to blame them. They should have had some games or whatever the fuck the case may be. Say, hey, you need to connect this. Make, you know, what I mean, and Microsoft didn't have that. You know, what I mean, once you get to using, you see, but you know, they didn't have it at launch, and they still don't really have the killer piece of software to say, hey, you guys need to Kinect. Besides, you know, making to navigate the system much better. It's easy as hell. Like, you know, hey.
I mean, what they doing with uploads coming recently, man, that's gonna make the Kinect that much appealing to get.
Yeah, but what if you're not a YouTube content provider?
I think people make videos just for the heck of it to have fun. Look at all the people that got the PlayStation Eye to do the little stupid stuff on PSN after dark. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they do a lot of silly little things, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people come up with some creative stuff to do with that, man, especially with a green screen.
Hey, I can already. You know what? I can tell you an important place where indies could be important, like for the use of Kinect for gaming. Like if you look at Kinect, right? People aren't going to spend $60 on a full game for that, right? If you look at what really does well for them now, it's like, okay, Dance Central, that was like an arcade title, or D4, you know, that worked well with it. You want these these not full $60 games. Like that's why Kinect Sports, even though I like that game, wasn't going to work because people see that more as a party game type thing. Do Fruit Ninja Connect, there's Boom Ball Connect or whatever that is, like these $10, $15 games. That's where you get people interested because people don't really want those, and they don't expect there to be these immersive things with Kinect. You know what I'm saying? So
I would like to see like more integration, like how they did Rise, where you was able to speak the commands.
Yeah, like I would
what you was doing in there.
Exactly.
I love to play a little more games like that, man, because that right there was like just
Forza
nice.
I'm always like, you know,
oh my goodness, that was nice.
I use the GPS in Forza Horizon 2 nonstop. I'm like, nearest event. You know what I mean? I don't want to open up the fucking map and search around. I just say, hey, nearest event, and the damn GPS takes you to the nearest event. So I mean, that's like that stuff.
More
right?
integration like that, man. I think that'd be slick.
Titles, right? Integration with
oh
the
my
AAA
goodness,
titles,
yes.
and those smaller like arcade titles and stuff like that support it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where the gaming aspect can come in handy. And then you have like your Skype, you have you can do your videos, you can do commentary. I mean, look, you don't even need a computer or anything realistically with this. And with this new update, the only thing that was holding it back was the time limit, which is 5 minutes, and there not being like a lot of options for like intros and stuff like that. You can do your own intros. It looks like some type of music or what have you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can do your own thing now, and I think that's really cool. You know what I mean? It's
that's
like
gonna be nice.
Yeah, and I'm happy. I heard that it's going to come in January or February. That's going to be a big update.
Yeah, huge update. So let me ask you guys. So what else? 2014. What else did the Xbox One crush the competition?
You know what? I would say that with their online network, and I know people are gonna.
You know what? I'm gonna say this at the end of that crap. Deal with it. I'm be killing at this whole thing. But go ahead, y'all.
Okay. Well,
online is better. Deal with it.
I did a video. I was like, hey, look. I was like, don't worry about Xbox Live going down forever on Christmas. And then people took that as me saying that there was going to be no problems whatsoever. It's Christmas. You have over 1 million people going online. You had people trying to DDoS it. It had a little bit of an issue. It came back up Christmas night. I haven't had a problem since then. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation Network, I heard that it was just down earlier today. Bungie was tweeting out again. Yeah, Bungie was tweeting out that it went down. Of course, you have multiple things happening with that. I hear that possibly China's in on doing that to Sony or whatever. They're pissed off. So you have multiple reasons, but anything can get DDoSed or have strain and have problems. The difference is the reaction to these problems. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Microsoft has been, and Sony is like fucking. They're like a goddamn vault. They just refuse to say anything's wrong. You know what I'm saying? We're having maintenance. Yeah, maintenance.
It's maintenance.
Yeah, and that takes you back to like, okay, it turns out that this original hack happened in February, and they didn't tell anybody. Just like with the PSN outage in 2011, it was what, a week before they told people that their information was compromised?
Yeah. That's ridiculous. I'm gonna tell you, I had said this in one of my videos, and it fits perfectly right now. I used to say that network was trash. It's no longer trash. It's a new status for the PSN network, and that's doo-doo. Yeah. That thing is garbage.
They call it
that network is doo-doo.
Hey, yo, check it out. I saw some news on Twitter, right? They no longer calling the PlayStation Network. They're calling the PlayStation Network. That's just yeah, but no, but think about it. Again, and this all dates back to what I've been saying, even when I debated Blackbuster Critics. Shout out to that weirdo. Even when I debated them
Earthworm
Jim. When I debated Earthworm Jim last year, and I said, it feels like again that I'm paying for a free service. I don't understand how. And again, like I don't know why there are not more lawsuits because you're charging me, and again, I don't mind paying. It's not that I'm a cheapskate. I don't mind paying for a premium service. I don't mind paying for something that they're going to take the money for the back end of it. But I'm actually paying for something. The PlayStation 4, and it's on the same network as the Vita, which is free, and on the same network as the PS3, this is Vita. There's no difference. When the Vita is down, the PS4, it's all the same thing. So I don't understand why I'm being forced to pay for this. And it is what it is. And I don't think it's fair. I don't mind paying, but why is it free for the PS3 and for the Vita, but I'm paying for the PlayStation 4 when it's actually the same thing? Only thing different, hey, kudos, I got a party chat because the system has more RAM. The PS3 could have had a party chat, but it wasn't no system, RAM. It was no RAM, so that's why there was no party chat. But it's the same exact thing on the same exact network, and I think sucks. It's still I'm paying for a service that performs and feels free, like a free service. I think that sucks.
What's sad about that whole thing is that you got these PlayStation crackheads going out here saying that is greatness. It's not greatness to sit here. That's not greatness to sit here and say, that you on Christmas Day, even though it happened to the Xbox, well, we was down a few hours. You open your present and you down for 2 days. That's not greatness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2 or 3 days. That's not great. And then you went down again today.
And I'm not bragging about this, but man,
you know what I'm saying? That is horrible, man.
Yeah. If you got,
that's awful.
if you got a PS4 for Christmas and you're like a kid or something, how are you going to explain that to the kid that for 3 days they can't use it because it needs a day one update and you can't get it?
Yeah.
Then you got people out here like, well, Microsoft's went down. I'm playing right now. I mean, goodness, it went down. Everybody is able to be hacked.
People want you to stream. People don't believe you. They want you to fucking stream that. They're like, where's the video proof? I'm like, what the fuck do you want, man? You want me to stream it and I'm on Netflix or YouTube or I'm fucking gaming? Dude, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? My shit's working. Okay, the friends list had an issue when it came back one time since then. But since Christmas night, it's worked flawlessly. You know what I
mean? We can all agree, even the most diehard Sony. But no, I won't say the most diehard Sony fans, but comparing Xbox Live to PSN is like comparing apples to oranges. I can see, I don't see how they can charge $50 or $60 for that and have a keep stream. Now, they say $25, fine, but they asking for Xbox Live prices, and that service is not reliable.
It's not like that, It's not.
I didn't renew my service. I'm sorry, I didn't. I didn't renew it. You can keep those.
I didn't renew mine either because, I don't even have a PS4, but I had a PS3. But the games were getting worse that they were giving out, and I already had most of them anyway. And so it was just kind of, it was just kind of pointless, and I don't know.
Yeah. What I'm gonna do is I see that Sony was giving back $50 if you bought the Vita or something.
Yeah, if you bought it at launch.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit there in the contact book. Yeah, I know. I like the Vita though, man. I like the little
it's good hardware, right? But guess what? They're not supporting it.
No, I don't give a fuck about those indies. But I like, like Little Fighters, DOA, and I might try to buy me another one. I don't have an old one anymore, but I might try to buy me another one. I like the DOA, Street Fighter versus Tekken. Street Fighter versus. I like the fighters on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think again. Like I said, if you don't stand up for something, you fall for anything. And I think things like that, when Sony fans are so vocal about what's going on Microsoft platform, they need to voice what's going on for their platform and not say, hey, Sony, we're paying for this shit and it's not fair. But they won't do that. They're complaining all in our videos about what Microsoft is doing and stop, worrying about what the hell's going on with them. They're there. Like, it's fucked up, But they won't do that, But at the end of the day, that's on them. That's on them.
I hate when everybody say hack because it's really not a hack.
No, it's a dodge.
Yeah, what was really bad was that the regular mainstream news running with hack, because when people think hack, they think your stuff's compromised, right?
Oh, well, I did hear that they stole a whole bunch of passwords and stuff from off the Sony's network. I don't know how true it is. I did hear that there was a couple sites that had that they stole a couple thousand. Credit cards and let me say this. It sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucks that these kids, what they did and ruined. I don't say ruined, but they fucked up a lot of kids' Christmas. I'm not condoning that in any shape, form, or fashion. It was a nuisance to me. My cousin's home from school. We wanted to play 2K together, and we couldn't play the game. It was a nuisance for me also. You know what I mean? So I don't think that.
You know what was funny about that whole thing with them guys? Did you see the interview that dude did about that, man? He was straight faced like, kids should be spending time with their families instead of playing video games. Yeah. I'm like, wow. I was like, really? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was something not right about dude.
Yeah,
I was like, big time. He had that Charles Manson look in his eye, man. He didn't care about a child or nothing.
Yeah, he had that motherfucking Maniac Cop Joe. He had that Kanye West Joe.
I didn't watch it, but I mean,
man, that dude looked crazy, man. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I don't see how he just gonna go to jail. Like you're not afraid of going to jail. Like he costs companies millions of dollars by doing this shit. You don't think he's not gonna go to jail? Like the motherfucker.
I mean, I understand what his point. I understood his point though, where he was sitting here saying that a lot of people invest a lot of money into these companies. They should have better protection than what they have, and this is bringing awareness. I understand that, but on Christmas, though, dog, you could have did that any other time, but Christmas, that's crazy, bro. That's wild.
Am I out of practice? We talking not the game that I love, but practice. Yeah.
This is the thing. This is the thing, though. All right, DDoSing can happen to anything. There's no. If you look at it the way the internet's set up. there's no real way to prevent that without like reworking a majority of the internet, which is like something that Microsoft and Sony they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's like these individual countries and things like that have to do it. That's why like and America actually has a little bit better precautions than some of the other countries. That's why sometimes the UK will go out and stuff. You'll hear about that, but not over here. Yeah, not over here. But
just think about it in the grand scheme of things. And please to listen, if you PC gamers and you Wii weirdos are listening, it didn't take Nintendo's down. They didn't do it. Like, come on, it was 6 people. Like, was playing.
Yeah, because nobody would even notice that shit was down.
Yeah, like, hey, come on, like, stop it. You know, like it didn't have it on the PC and Nintendo's network, and it's free. Like, what do you have gained by DOSing Nintendo's network? Like, honestly. Like, you wouldn't probably know you're offline. You can't talk to nobody on that motherfucker anyway, so you probably wouldn't know you're offline. You goddamn like, oh! There's no voice chat on that bitch anyway, but I'm just saying, though, man. I've been hearing that for all week. They couldn't knock out Nintendo's network. All right. Calm down, you dude. Calm the fuck down.
They ain't even on there really like that.
Yeah, exactly. Calm the fuck down.
That's like not even worth the hassle, man. Like people, hey, is it down? Who knows?
Yeah, it's like taking advantage of a handicapped homosexual child. Oh shit! Oh
shit! Get prepared for the hate tweets and shit.
Oh shit! Those guys. So alright, so we said, I'm sorry, it's a little behind the scenes humor. So we said the Xbox One destroyed the competition when it came to their online servers. So what else are you going to say?
The online service, the games, the monthly updates, and I think just the perception overall. If you look at that, Sony got sued. What was their big thing? 1080p, right? They're getting sued for false advertising. They also lost judgment for false advertising on the Vita, and I'm sure that they'll probably get sued somewhere along the line for false advertising on the PS4 because they're like 1080p, and if you guys notice. Sony is the ones that get everybody chanting something, like this is the standard, People think 1080p is the standard, and to me, I would have rather had like anti-aliasing on less than 1080p and 60 frames per second on most games, but because Sony keeps pushing the 1080p agenda, it means that we get 1080p, and then you get some problems like Assassin's Creed where shit runs at like 15 frames per second, you know what I'm saying, and that's a bit of a problem. Like, if people would just let these developers do what they want, and stay true to their own vision. Can you imagine if they tried to put Assassin's Creed Unity at 1080p on the PS4? That thing would be running at 2 frames per second.
But you know what's funny though, crap? And you had all these. You know what? Shout out to Francis Boogie, because he came in and he did apologize. Not that he owed me an apology, but you had all these big YouTubers saying no, what do you call it? No parody.
No parody. PS4, no parody. No parody.
And I said, you know what's crazy? My little, ex-coon, I said to them, like, it's not, the Unity engine is heavily reliant on the CPU. The Xbox One has a bigger CPU than the PS4. And everybody found these articles, I know what I was talking about. So come to find out, the PS4, it really did hold the Xbox One behind on this. I'm just saying, though. But, you had all these YouTubers, big YouTubers, sites, and running with this shit here. And, if that didn't break into the people need to pump their brakes, sit down and play the goddamn games and relax, leave all this resolution shit alone. And, like, all of them had Abe on their face at the end of the goddamn day. All of them, It's all right, it was just this time, but what about next time? Like, knock it the fuck off. If you want to talk about parody, like, a lot of things are dumbed down. Because, look, even I had a developer from 2K told me out of his own mouth. I said, hey, well, if you don't know, if you're a 2K player like myself, every year that goddamn game comes out, it has problems with the network. And I said to them, Microsoft gives you guys dedicated servers for free. Why won't you? He said, in his own words, out of his mouth, I'm not going to say the guy's name, but his own words out of his mouth, he said to me that it would not be fair to Sony and to Sony's fan base for them to use Microsoft dedicated servers. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You talk about no parody. We're forced to use parody because Sony doesn't have it. You know what I mean? By the end of the day. I take fucking a steady internet connection over 1080p any goddamn day. You know what I mean?
And you know what I like that people are noticing now is the shit that we say like months ago. Like it starts to come true and people are noticing that. Like what did we say like even almost a year ago about the SDKs and how immature about how immature the tools and stuff were for Xbox One. People were like, no, it'll never catch up, but PS4 will always be better and all this stuff. And now we're seeing that the December update has made the ESRAM more accessible and more powerful for these developers to use, and you're going to start seeing more equality with, especially the big AAA titles. I would say almost all of them are going to be equal as far as that. And then, like I said in my video, you're going to see the grass whores where they're going to be like, damn, that's got PS4 version with extra grass. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're going to see. You know what I mean? But, yeah, at the end of the day, both are going to have the same fucking resolution.
Yeah.
Again, though, crap, it's sad to say, though, you know what, you think they will ever stop and say, you know what, hey, that guy crap, that guy show, that guy next gen, they going on this about a year and a half ago. But when we say we get called the corporate slaves, I mean, it's common goddamn sense. Like Alfred Pinella said, why would we give our biggest competitor the 30% advantage? You know what I mean? You guys talking about there's things not yet, but still things not yet known about the Xbox One. It still has fucking non-disclosure agreement, NPDs. For whatever reason, I don't know, but it's the truth. It's not my words. This is, this is real shit here. I mean, I've been saying this shit since day one, You can have the most powerful console in the world, but if you don't have the tools and the software to extract the power, that means nothing. Fuck what's on paper, it all comes down to real world performance. You can, the PS4 GPU was 15,000 teraflops. All that means nothing when it comes down to real world performance.
Dude, all these people quoting teraflops and shit don't even know what that stuff is. That's the funny part.
No, you can have the founder, the granddaddy of gaming from Atari. It says Microsoft's strongest point are their dev kits and they develop it. They are top notch. Microsoft has the smart guys down there, and they give you, they give you the dev what you need. They help you along the way in the Xbox. He was saying this shit, but before the Xbox One was even announced, they were just talking about what Sony's strong point is and what they said shit. Sony give you a motherfucking dev kit in Japanese with nothing but a bunch of ones in the binary code, nothing but a bunch of ones and zeros. You know what I mean? But Microsoft will get give you instructions on how to use the kit and X, Y, and Z. But like I said, it is what it is, man. We're not gonna get no credit for that either, though.
Yeah, well, we don't, but I think that it's funny that like a lot of the stuff we called, and then it comes out. We're not even insiders, but we get more of this shit right than the supposed insiders do.
It's just common sense,
Yeah, it is. You look at the way things are going. Like, all right, remember last year I called Metal Gear Ground Zeroes being 720p on Xbox One a month and a half before we knew. And you guys asked, you're like, well, how do you guys know? And I'm like, because that's the way things are trending, and Konami isn't really tight with Microsoft. You know what I'm saying? They're not really going to put in their best effort. And what happened? That shit was the same resolution natively as on the 360. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And people say, oh, it's because you had dumb motherfuckers like One Stop for Gamers that went on live on a podcast and said that's the reason why Microsoft was going to name the Xbox 720 because they couldn't do higher than 720p resolution. This motherfucker like, yo, how do you even have 5 subscribers saying some dumb shit like that? That Microsoft was going to call the Xbox 720p because they couldn't do higher than 720p. Nigga, how's it anyone subscribe your stinking ass channel saying dumb shit like that? You know what I mean? But like I said, the media is a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, the whole 720p thing or the whole 720 thing came from just doubling 360. Because they thought that's what they were gonna do. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do. That's like your name. People were like, next gen 720.
720p. not doing his daughter's birthday, but that's why you know the name was gonna be Xbox 720p and 480i.
720p.
Or 480i.
So 720p was for resolution.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I ain't gonna even touch that, man, with a 10-foot pole, bro. That's wild stuff.
Yeah, that's just I know. I know what I think. Honestly, though, I think because shout out to everybody that's subscribed to all of us. I'm in the comment section. I'm reading a lot of people that were diehard Sony fans have gotten the Xbox. But they say, "Oh man, you're right, man, bro. I feel like a dumbass. I haven't touched my PS4 in X amount of days. I'm loving Killer Instinct. I'm loving this, that, and the other because." The big misconception that games looked bad or looked worse on the Xbox One. And I'm telling you guys, I'm a consumer before anything. If these multi-platforms or whatever looked that much more better on my PS4, guess what? I would buy them for the PS4. You know what I mean? Hands down.
Yeah.
You can, take it at launch. Yeah, some of the games were better than higher resolution than the Xbox One. But I would take a steadier frame rate, a stable internet connection any fucking day. You know what I mean? That's what's more important to me. You know what I mean? You can have your P's. I take this. I want to go online and play with my friends. You pick your two. You know what I mean? Your shit is always now with these stability updates, and I'm rocking. You know what I mean? I'm rocking and rolling over here. You know what I mean? So I guess it's a trade-off. You take your P's, I take a stable internet connection. Fine, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many stable updates did they have, man?
I don't know.
From within this year, man. Can we count those?
I don't know, but the funny thing was
it has to be more than exclusives.
They released.
More than exclusive.
More than the exclusives that they had this year, man. Because they had a bunch of those, man. That was exclusive, boy.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna stable updates.
Hey, the funnier thing was they'd release a stability update, and then they'd release a fucking stability update for the stability update. You know what I mean? That's how.
It's tripping with that, man.
Yeah, down for maintenance.
Hey, I remember when they was going around hyping the update that wasn't a 2 point something. It was like a 1 point something update that they had where they were supposed to. They was hoping for the little media, the little able to play music and all that, man. And all they got was stability, man. I was weak.
Yeah.
Ponies was out here and frantic, boy.
Yeah. But no, like I said though, you look. I think honestly, the tide is turning. You know what I mean? And Microsoft favors. What's more important, like I said, I gotta take my head off Bill Spencer. It's all about the games at the end of the day. We can't play resolution. We can't play PR. But what we can do is play games. We can't be able to have a great internet, connection, and not great internet, but better online. And to me, that's what's more important. And as gamers, I think they lost, track of that. You know what I mean? You get the, I got the better grabs here, and these motherfuckers like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with you dudes, man?
Yeah. Well, you know what I thought the bigger thing they did was, which people didn't understand, when they won November by such a large margin, people were like, why? People are like, why aren't they crowing about this? Why aren't they beating their chest about it? Because there's this old saying: when you win, say nothing. When you lose, or when you lose, say nothing. When you win, say
happened?
Look.
Say it again. Your mic went out. What happened?
Okay. When you lose, or when you win, say nothing. When you lose, say less. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you don't really talk it up either way. You know what I'm saying?
Microsoft's very, very classy. Very, very classy.
Yeah. They've been classy.
The whole thing. Sony, on the other hand, they've been hot dogging this whole. And like I said, they act like Microsoft said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. This console race or whatever you want to call it is just starting. It's just starting. The PS4 again, they're see the difference. Let me say this, and it comes down to money. You can it is what it is. When Microsoft launches in a country, in a region, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, that console is going to be fully supported. What Sony did was, hey, put out our console in all these different territories and don't have any support. Don't have access to the network. Don't have access to the store.
Hey, you want to know what Microsoft did? They fucking put Azure server farms up in Australia.
Yeah, in Australia, India, a couple places.
Because they access to the
yeah. You know what I mean? They did that shit. And what's like I said, Microsoft does a lot of shit for too much money for the gamer. They've done shit like that. And small little countries they make sure they had a stable online and to help out. Like I said, but people always tend to focus on the negative. No matter what Microsoft do or does, what they brought to the gaming world, the industry, no one gives Microsoft credit for anything. You know what I mean? The fact that they pushed the envelope and said, you know what, it's gonna be broadband gaming only. You know what I mean? They pushed the envelope, and even Bill Gates said himself, like, damn, you guys gotta get this thing here to work with a 56K modem. What are you guys doing? And I'm glad. Honestly, I wish that they would have stuck to their guns with the DRM. Because that rate, they should be able to do the sharing and the trading online. To me, that was a step forward. It was more.
I liked it. I liked everything except for that fucking 24-hour check-in, man.
Yeah, I ain't like that 24-hour check-in.
Yeah, I like it all.
But the family sharing stuff and all that other little stuff they had, man, was my goodness.
But think about it, showing crap. Besides, there would have been no way to really do that without the 24-hour check. Because remember, you could have took because all you had to do was put the game in one time, install it, and never put it back in again. And you could have took that game to, say, GameStop, traded it in. They didn't say that you couldn't trade your game, but when you did trade your game, the developers got a portion of that. You know what I mean? So you could have took that game that you installed, took it and just unplugged it from the internet, took it to GameStop, traded it, and you still been playing that goddamn game. You know, what I mean, that was the only way to keep track of. You know, it's been real. Who else really plays their console not really attached to the internet any goddamn way? I mean, I don't. If I can't go online, I ain't playing. You know what I mean? You know, I can't.
Well, hey man, I agree with that, man. I just like
it was a suck. You know, it was a little a nuisance, but you think about it. You play with that when you don't have internet connection or whatever the case may be.
You know, if they could have done it to where it would have been like maybe once every couple of weeks or once a month or something, I think that would have been better. Just because
the thing was they should have left it vague, like how they've been doing it, where you don't know when they check you. They're gonna check you. They was checking you on the 360, you know, but you just don't broadcast it that you have to check in. You have to sign in. You know what I'm saying? Within 24 hours. That was the big thing. You can check me all you want. Why do I have to consistently sign in? If I don't sign in and I'm gone for like months or whatever, when I do sign in, you run your check. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it every. That was like, wow, man.
But like I said, motherfuckers are not honest, man. I just, like I said, you just like I said, you got a game, you traded and got the money back for, but you don't plug your Xbox from the internet. You're still playing that game. Like motherfuckers are trying to beat the system. Look how motherfuckers that got banned for Destiny. Oh, this game sucked. They, if you bought it digitally, Microsoft gave you your money back, but it was up to you to delete it off your system, right? Yeah. And motherfuckers were still playing the game when then they got banned. They want to jump up and scream at Microsoft. Like motherfuckers, like motherfuckers ain't honest, man. You know what I mean? It's sad to say, but motherfuckers are always gonna try to beat the box, man. But like I said, it is what it is. So we got Microsoft owning better games, better online. What else did they cut this competition in? You said better features, updates.
Yeah, better features, the updates, the online. I think they did a better job with like the PR and the commercials and stuff too this year. I really
advertising.
Yeah,
Microsoft, they're advertising inside the movie theater. Everywhere you go, you saw the Xbox One. Like I said, I will give them that. You know what I mean? They advertised and they took that shit up to the above and beyond. They did. I give them that. Microsoft, they don't mind. They will break the bank. Before this, look, you had my man on the fucking the Macy's parade. That motherfucking name? Like Microsoft goes on bits.
Oh, Fizzy.
Yeah, Fizzy.
Die now, motherfucker! Whoever said that goddamn game.
They had to tone his mouth down for that parade, though.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, right?
That dude liable to say anything, boy. You like, dang, Fizzy?
It wasn't like it was the Nintendo fans, right? It was, hey, next gen, you're such a hypocrite. You don't write those type of games with Nintendo. Ain't nothing kiddie about Sunset Overdrive whatsoever. Don't go by that motherfucking nothing kiddie about that goddamn game. Nothing. Shit. Nothing. But fucking So like I said, better advertisement. He said, I just think they were just overall better, classier than their competition. They ain't had to take shots at Nintendo. They ain't had to take shots at Sony. Then you got Nintendo, but they should, Nintendo come with they shit. Well, Sony and Microsoft don't offer nothing differently. Oh, you go with your shit there. Knock it the fuck off, Nintendo. I think Nintendo should be somewhere, but they hit up their ass. Nintendo think it's 88. They still got shit on Smash, man. But maybe I don't know where they come with their shit from, but look, like I said, but you will say a lot of Nintendo fans said that well. I will say this: you have even some Sony fans will say Nintendo had the best year. Just to not say that Microsoft had the best year, they will say Nintendo had it. Just
the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, I've been saying that all along. Like the people that'll go, hey, you do a video and say, hey, Xbox One had the best year. Then the PlayStation fans will say, no, well, I actually think Nintendo had the best exclusives. Just like E3, we all know Xbox had the best E3, but everybody voted on Nintendo for all them sites and shit because they didn't want to admit it. Who gives a shit? Why can't you just admit it? If Sony would have come out and said, hey, Siphon Filter, Uncharted, here's actual real gameplay, not that little 4-second pre-rendered bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I would have had no problem saying, hey, they did the better E3. You know what I mean? They had the worst E3 I've seen since 2005.
And that E3 was dry as all giddy up, man. Then the penguin dude, man, looked like he was a character from Batman.
That was
up in there, man. I was like, God, man, that was awful.
That was dope. So then like I said, how could Nintendo win E3 and they didn't even go with the E3? They taped the show and played it for 27 minutes, and that was their E3 presentation. So how the fuck could you say Nintendo won E3? But I don't know about that one, man. But like I said, just not to give the Microsoft their props. So it is what it is. I don't think Microsoft would ever get their just due when it comes to media and the game. And it's sad that it's like that, but it is what it is, man. You know. Like
yeah,
I
well,
said,
I mean,
you
you
know,
could tell, like, whenever anything negative, like, or even remotely that could be negative around Xbox or Microsoft, everybody runs with it. You know, like, where has Kaz Hirai, the president of Sony, been during all this hack stuff? Haven't heard anything from this guy.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
I mean, how do those investors feel? I'm kind of curious about that. Like, I would love to hear from him. Like, how are these investors dealing with this? You know what I mean? I would just love to hear how. Like, I heard he was on the way out. You know, this was his last year, his last chance, and now they've had all these other problems, and he's nowhere to be found. That you can't have a lot of confidence in a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Phil Spencer is out there. He does little indie podcasts. He does everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll talk to anybody. He'll talk to you on Twitter. They run stories with whatever he says. You don't really see the Sony dudes doing that. You know what I mean? And I think not that I'm racist, but I do like the fact that you can talk to the American.
Shit.
You can talk.
Don't do it, crap. Don't do it, crap.
You can talk to the American people at Microsoft, and they respond. Aaron Greenberg's good for that. I mean, he'll shoot the shit with you all day on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean that's cool as hell, man. I like that. Like, you have been in the news with him. The fake you has been in the news with him. Just based off tweets.
Yeah, you're right. The real next gen and the fake next gen have been in the news with
one of the fake next gens, Liar.
Yeah, Liar 2005. Oh yeah, I got another one, Zaire, not with zero, but with the letter O, 2005. I had a couple big accounts out there. Motherfuckers got too much time with in hand, man. But yeah, you know, right? You ask Yoshida, like, Yoshida, my PS4 is overheating. He hit. No.
No, your PS4 is
Your
not
PS4 ain't overheating. You ungrateful gamers.
Take this Indian shut the fuck up. Take this Indian shut the fuck up.
I know what you want. Here's some more indies.
Yeah, so look, like I said, according to this,
Hey, Yoshida passing out indies like now laters. Giving them to him. Here goes some more candy. Here you go.
Yeah, yo, passing that motherfucking, you passing out indies like jelly beans and
like it's some dang on candy corn or something. Like, here you go.
Yeah.
Nibble on this for a little minute. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, wasn't like we had that big PlayStation announcement, right? That big, you know, that's what they do. They celebrate the past and play on people's emotions and nostalgia, right? But as far as I'm concerned, like the mantra of the current PlayStation fanboy is wait till next year, right? Yes. I mean, how often do we hear that? Didn't we hear that every year on the PS3? We had that every single year. Wait till next year, man. Wait till next year. Next year. I mean, that's the year, guys. That's the year of the PlayStation. Next year.
Oh my goodness.
That's what
you had them PlayStation dudes coming up in the comment section like, boy, I'm gonna tell you, when next year hit, y'all going down.
Hey, where is
I'm like, man, really?
Hold on.
Y'all gotta wait that long for greatness, man. That's crazy.
We're gonna get this fucking list again from that Raiders cat, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna get Rhyme and Reason and this other game that nobody
all this stupid stuff, man.
MotoGP or whatever the hell. Tropico.
Tropico. Yeah.
I like this one. I like this excuse right here. Well, you know, the PlayStation launched early. That's why the games is not out. Like, really?
Okay, well, Xbox.
Okay. Well, you gotta wait till 2015 then, bro.
No, so this is the new thing they saying that they're gonna have 6 AAA games in the first quarter. I'm like, what are these fucking 6 AAA games? And you ask any Sony fanboy, you ask them to name their AAA exclusives for next year, you're gonna hear Tearaway. These are fucking $10 goddamn indie games. Like, come on.
That was only a $20 Vita game at one point. You know what I'm saying? When it launched.
Well, I'm asking you guys for retail exclusive. I'm not talking about the indie shit here. Retail exclusive. You know, in 2015, Microsoft has a way better library of games. Halo 5, Tomb Raider. Fable Legends,
Hey,
fucking
boy,
Spellbound.
they throw the Order and Bloodborne up, and then it go downhill from there.
Yeah, Quantum Break. Fuck, what else we got? Quantum Break.
Yeah, there's gonna be hold on, yeah, people were talking about like the first quarter of next year, but there's at least 4 that I know of, even though one's a remake, which is State of Decay. But there's Scream Ride, State of Decay, Fable Legends, and Ori and the Blind Forest release. Well, that's not retail release, but like Q1 next year, you know what I'm saying? And we don't know the rest, but there's a lot that we don't know about. Did you guys see that mock-up for the Gears of War Xbox One yesterday?
Oh, yes, nice.
Oh, you talking about that bundle that got put together? Yeah, that was nice.
People were running stories with that. Like, is that legit? Like, no, it was fan made, but hopefully Microsoft pays attention to that because everybody, that thing got retweeted like hundreds and hundreds of times yesterday just on my timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think
that's nice.
Yeah, that was sick.
But just think about it. If Microsoft gives us a Gears remake, and you guys are hip because you guys are talking about remakes, but if they give us the Gears and the Halo next year, not Gears 4, that's not going to be 2016. Microsoft already said they have so much content that they got to move some shit around. But then you think about it, we got Scalebound, we got fucking, Jesus Christ, Scalebound.
Phantom Pain or Phantom Dust.
Phantom Dust, fucking.
You're gonna have to fit Killer Instinct, which I love. Riptor, I love what they're doing with that.
Oh, as a Riptor is fucking kick ass, and they fucking updated the graphics. That game looks fucking beautiful. Again, God damn, Riptor is fucking. I didn't think I was gonna like Riptor. She is probably my best character out of all the whole goddamn game, season 1 and season 2. I like Riptor a lot. You know what I mean? And like I said, for anybody to not say anybody, but I think a lot of people, before they get to actually try Killer Instinct. Well, it's not the same Killer Instinct because Rare's not Kevin Lyle is what he is Killer Instinct. If you guys don't know who Kevin Lyle is, you don't know shit about Killer Instinct. You know what I mean? He is the lead program producer. He is the all to be all on that works.
He's one of the heads. Yeah, he's one of the heads of Microsoft Studios. He's also heading up one of the teams that's helping with Phantom Dust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's an old school dude. So yeah, and and there's also saying that there's going to be a Battletoads game next year from.
Battletoads. Rare has their game that's using the Unreal Engine 4 that's supposed to be coming out next year. You know, so like there's a lot.
Lionhead is working on another game as well. It's supposed to be an RPG, like set off in the future, like a Steam, like a kind of a futuristic cyber.
What you think that game that they working on, Rare working on?
Probably Banjo.
Yeah, they're probably working on. You know what? They're probably working on Banjo, and they could be working on a few things because they pitched an idea to Phil Spencer, right? But I think they're already deep into doing Banjo and Battletoads. But Battletoads wouldn't take a big team.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be another $20 game, like Killer Instinct.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? That's more content. Like I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, that Rare is a team of over 200 people. So obviously they could split off and have a smaller team work on, something like Battletoads, and it'd be fine. And I think that's perfectly fine. I like Phil Spencer's direction that he wants to take Rare in. Like, people kind of take them as a joke, and I understand that. But a lot of people don't even know the history when they say that. Like the original Stamper Brothers, they were shovelware makers, made like 50, 60 NES games. They were just trash in the 80s, just trash. Right, they worked their employees to death. Like on Christmas, they worked like 7 days a week. It was crazy, right? So they all quit. Then they restaffed, and then they did some good shit. Then they quit again, and then they restaffed, and then they did like GoldenEye. And then a team formed. A 10-person team did GoldenEye. Like they had never done a game before. You know what I'm saying? The A team of Rare was working on Banjo, while the B team that they just hired and had never done a game before did GoldenEye. And then in the late 90s, those people quit. And then it was like, so there's been a lot of turnover at Rare for a long time. So the people that are just like, oh, Rare died when Microsoft bought them, that kind of pisses me off because it's not entirely accurate. It's like learn your history before you go out staying shit like that. Because to be honest with you, they've done some of the best, my favorite games on the 360. I liked Viva Pinata and Cameo. I liked those games. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's my opinion anyway, but I enjoyed those games, and I like Kinect Sports 1 and the one on the Xbox One as well. So, it's all relative. And the first 2 Kinect Sports sold like fucking 10 million copies or something. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to say that they're irrelevant or something. And they're the ones that invented the whole avatar system on Xbox.
Yep.
That was their idea. It wasn't like Microsoft was like, hey, come up with this idea. They pitched that to Microsoft, and Microsoft was like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, just keep it all relative. You know what I'm saying? I know, I know a lot about the history of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of my thing. So.
Okay. That's your thing. I got you.
That's your thing, white boy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live, you can give us some questions now, and we will try our best. Shout out to Billy to know, big friend of the show. If you got questions, answers now, we try to get some on the air right now. Is anything you guys want to say before we go to the questions?
Not really. I mean, I just think that...
you have anything to say about your fat bass, about rice eaters, collard greens? Anything to say about any, stereotypes? He got an excuse crap. He's a fat bastard. So, he's always hungry. You know what I mean? He's like the Snickers commercial.
He always talking about food.
You can't take away a fat man's ability to talk about food or joke about food. So
you know what I mean? So it is what it is. So if you guys are watching live right now, thank you, Anonymous Cowboy. You're the best gaming podcast on YouTube. God bless you, but we appreciate it. Listen, I want to tell you guys this. We don't take any of this for granted. We appreciate all the love and support. I know everybody always gets to say that shit, but no, we really, really mean it. Because we do realize there are 1,000 other podcasts going on right now, and no matter what time of the day we put up a podcast, we used to get about 130 out here watching live. We appreciated all the love and support, man. Real talk, man.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because, it's like they always want to hear, whether they agree with us or not, or whether they like us or not, they at least are interested in what we're going to say.
It's entertaining. That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. So I think that's really cool, and I think that's the part that I enjoy the most. Even the haters, man, they're watching to see what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's. And we're the only podcast that doesn't have people that have twin beds in the background, so we got that
going. But we ain't doing listen. We ain't doing gossip. So you ain't heard it from us, man. It is what it is, man. Bang bang.
You know what the funny part is? Them the main ones calling people corporate slaves.
And they make them slave ass bids in the background. You need to be a slave to get you a better motherfucker.
With them $10 quilts from Walmart.
It's terrible. Ain't it ironic that the people that got so many flaws in their characters always talking about somebody else and they need to get their living conditions, you know what I mean? That's fucked up, but it is what it is, man. Billy Nintendo said, would you be against Remedy doing Alan Wake 2 or 3, or would you rather they focus on Quantum Break and the new Max Payne?
They can't do Max Payne because Rockstar owns that IP.
Yeah, they didn't even work on the last Max Payne,
that was Rockstar.
Yeah, Remedy only did the Alan Payne 1 and 2. Somebody else did Max Payne 3. Yeah. They only did Max Payne 1 and 2. Someone else did 3, and 3 was nice too. But they didn't do that. And I wouldn't be opposed to them working on Alan Wake 2 or 3. That was a great game. Does Microsoft own that franchise? Or
they own the publishing rights. It's weird, right? They own the publishing rights for 3 games with that, right? But Remedy actually owns the IP. But I could imagine if Microsoft really thought it was a moneymaker or something, they could probably buy it. Because Remedy sold Max Payne to Rockstar for like $30 million or something, which is chump change, really.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But Microsoft, if I wish they'd buy a developer, I wish they would buy Remedy.
I agree, because they're a small but really, they could be their Naughty Dog, I almost think, because they could do that kind of adventure. Like I said, I always said that was probably Sony's best developer, even though they lost a lot of talent recently. Microsoft really needs.
You like Naughty Dog more than Sony Santa Monica?
Probably, just because I think that even though I like God of War Ascension, I thought they put that focus on the multiplayer. That felt like a cash grab.
Oh, it was. Man, I don't think God of War Ascension should have came out for the.
Just like Gears of War Judgment, that should been. Just imagine if they had just fucked with that a little bit and put that out this year, earlier in the year for Xbox One. Jesus, and and focused a little bit more on make the multiplayer more like real Gears with downs and shit. because that was the problem with the multiplayer. They like took away what made Gears. You know what I'm saying? Like the downs and all that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I would say that yeah. Well, I think that they will probably make an Alan Wake 2. Unfortunately, you know, the first one went up against Red Dead Redemption and didn't do too well at first, but it's gone on to sell like 3 million or so, 3 or 4 million.
Yes. So yeah, okay. You know, okay. Bailey Nintendo again. I guess you guys can refresh your page. I'll see his questions up here first. I say Xbox One and Wii U have a strong E3, even though Nintendo does stealthy conference, Smash events, and Ninja Stream. But E3 cemented the Xbox One lineup for a lot of people too. Games for the fans and games for everyone. I would agree with that. You know, I have I won't say a love-hate relationship with Nintendo right now. It's mostly all hate. But when I think of E3, Billy, I think about, you know, the company going there, taking the big stage, showing what they got. And the reason why I say that Nintendo didn't do that because they didn't have enough content to, you know, fill, you know, the show. They don't. All they did was show their exclusive, no third party. You know what I mean? And they showed a few games. And I think their show was 27 minutes, and they didn't have enough, you know, content to come to E3. That's the God's honest truth. You know, it is what it is. All right.
And it's not even a knock against them. They just wasn't there to do the reveal like their show. Yeah.
Hey, J Long says, what do you guys think happened with Japanese games and developers?
What do we think happened?
Yeah, I guess like there's just not a lot of stuff going on with Japanese developers on either side, really.
Yeah.
I think, you know, because the way that, well, I think the reason why that is because the Japanese scene has shifted more to mobile, you know, and that's just, you know, and that's the problem to me. And let me say the sidebar. And to me, I think that's the problem with Nintendo because they let Nintendo of Japan make the decisions for America and Europe, and what's cool for Japan. It's not cool for over here. It's not cool for Europe. I think that, you know, even Japan, their arcade scene is still booming. We don't have that really here. You know, once, you know, Xbox Live and all that shit came out, fuck on the arcade. You know, if I want to fight you in Tekken, you stay home, I stay home, we keep our quarters, and then the consoles got more powerful. They look, if not better than what was in the arcade. So, you know, I think that's what killed it. What do you have in Japan? You have Capcom, you have Square Enix, you have Konami. You have Platinum Studios though. That's another. Is there any more that I'm missing? Square Enix.
Yes, Square Enix, Capcom. I don't know.
Yeah, but to me, that's what I think would happen. You know what I mean? That's what I think would happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me refresh the page here. If you guys have any questions that you want to answer?
Yeah. Crow says, if Microsoft could buy another third-party game, what game would you guys want it to be?
Buy a third-party game?
Yeah, like make it exclusive. I would say Mass Effect because.
Yeah, that started out on the Xbox, so.
You know, most people associate that with an Xbox game anyway. Mm-hmm. That's like if you look at the sales of Mass Effect on the other platforms, it didn't sell nearly as well. Like, you know, I would say that, man. That was one that they really let go, man. I would have loved to see them get BioWare.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish they would have, you know, but that was under the helm of fucking Don Matrix, you know. He didn't let, you know, Microsoft. And I think I'll put like this: if Phil Spencer was the boss there and Rare was going up for the sale, I know that Microsoft would have bought BioWare. I know because they did great business with them. All their games were console exclusive to the Xbox brand. Jade Empire, Knights of the Old Republic, and all that stuff. So
yeah, Night KOTOR 1 and 2.
Yeah. Super casual. This is here for you, Crap. You said you guys know anything about the Division beta, and when is it coming out? I think the Division it was supposed to come out around springtime of 2015. I don't know if they pushed it back further. And as far as the beta, I don't know. And he said, he said, Crap, are you in Tampa Bay? If so, we're pushing 120 megabytes internet speed in case you want to set your game up. Happy New Year's, fellas.
No, I'm not in Tampa, man. I'm in Central Florida.
I think John Doe lives in Tampa, and John Doe has files also.
It's your boy John Doe.
It's your boy John Doe. What is it?
Hey, look, Demon Wolf is in there. He says Xbox One is hashtag for the players.
Blazing Phoenix. Shout out to Demon Wolf. Blazing Phoenix. What's up, Blazing Phoenix? Hi guys, love the podcast. What do you guys think how bad of an ass whooping is Sony going to take at this year E3. Keep it Xbox. They're going to get curb stomped this year at E3.
They're going to get curb stomped again, and then they're going to show off more footage of Nathan Drake falling through the sky and shit, and then people are going to be like, people are
gonna go crazy.
They're gonna be like, PS1, Boba, PS1, yeah, woo, yeah,
we won again.
Yeah.
You see Nathan?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All jokes aside, there's no way that Sony can win E3 next year. You know why? And I'm not even cold. Let me say this.
I'm gonna say Tomb Raider, bro. When Tomb Raider gets really revealed, the whole story. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be bodying right there.
Next year on stage, we're gonna see Halo 5. We're gonna see Gears 4. We're gonna might see
Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Tomb Raider. We're gonna see most likely the Gears, the collection. You know what I mean? Forza 6. You know, fucking Killer Instinct 3. Fucking Battletoads. Microsoft got too much shit. Crackdown, Scalebound. They got too much shit. Quantum Break. They got Fable Legends. I can't wait till you guys.
Possible Gears remastered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got all this shit.
Phantom Dust, Scream Ride, State of Decay, Battletoads, possibly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot. Yeah, way too much.
You know what I mean? Too much. And to let them forget it. Let them show Shmuel. Forget about it. King James 1089 says the Xbox is an evolving console. That is. I'm sure we will all see a lot of new features in 2015. If you guys had the chance to pick one feature to add to the Xbox One, what would it be? Good question.
I've been saying the same thing for the longest.
What's that?
With your messages to send video messages, not video messages, but voice messages. Man, that is so critical right now.
Yeah,
they need to hop on that right now.
Well, like I said, we had, I don't know if we could say that, but we did have voice messaging. Is when they took away the DRM, they had to strip that bitch down to the bare bones, and I don't know why, it's taking this long. I don't know what goes behind the scene to get it, but
yeah, man, I would definitely, I need that, man, like big time.
Do we have video messaging? I would like to see voice messaging and video messaging. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We can do like 3 more here. What else we got?
I want screenshots, and I know that's coming.
Screenshots is definitely but it's a lot of things that just is just missing, man. That will make life a lot easier. That's one of them.
Okay, let me see. I say the Xbox. I would say okay. Let me refresh the page here. If you guys see anything that you see you want to answer, let me I'll review these comments right here. Make them available.
Oh, here we go. Mr. T-Tech says, could Quantum Break be the new series to take over Splinter Cell?
Bro, to be honest with you, T-Tech, shout out to T-Tech. To be honest with you, bro, I don't compare the type of state like they're the same type of game. I would say more of the news, because I would love to see what Ubisoft do with all this new power, these new consoles, and where they take the next Splinter Cell, because I've always said that I prefer Splinter Cell over Metal Gear. And I'm like,
I don't know if you ever played Splinter Cell Blacklist. It was actually really, really good.
Yeah. I finished it. It was a good game. Actually, I beat it on PC, believe it or not. I like Splinter. I like Splinter Cell much better. To me, Splinter Cell is more realistic than Metal Gear. What about a box? I just thought all this shit was kind of fake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That to me, you know what I mean? But Quantum
Break... that's because it's gonna sound terrible. Metal Gear is that heavily Japanese influence.
Oh, here you go, crap. There you go. You say here, solid snakes walks around the field eating rice patties and feed the Chinese dogs.
The rice cakes.
Patties.
Hey man, they got you at a spot where you can't even say anything, bro.
I know, right?
They listen to every word come out crap mouth, boy. It said rice. Hey man, they be killing me with that. Collard greens, really?
Okay.
Hey, let's move on, man.
All right, we got another question here from T-Tech. He said, would you like to have certain apps like Pandora be able to play music but hidden and not snap? This goes for Xbox Music and Windows. Yeah, I would like to.
I heard they're making it so that you can do that shit unsnapped. I think they were just kind of in a rush to get that stuff out right now.
Mm-hmm.
In time for the holidays, because that's kind of a selling point to some people, I guess. So I think that's kind of cool, but we'll see it because they're able to run multiple shit over each other, like the different OSs. So I don't see why they can't. You know what I'm saying? Like you used to be able to do that on the 360. You could have you could rip a CD to the hard drive and start playing it, and then if you're like playing Forza or whatever, you could listen to the music or whatever, and that was really cool. So, hey, Lace Chucks has a good question. He says, "What up, guys? Y'all think Microsoft will ever release a Halo 5 Xbox One console?"
Yes, we're gonna see that next year.
I think that's a definite, and you're gonna see a collector's edition Halo.
Collector's edition, a legendary edition. We're gonna see like 3 different types of editions next year.
In case you guys didn't know, like Microsoft paid to promote Halo all day on Twitter today. It's the #1 thing promoted by Xbox, and that's just for the beta. So imagine the campaign, the television campaign and the ads and all that stuff we're gonna see for the actual game.
Yes, sir. I got 2 good questions here, but hold on. I'm gonna do Mad Mike first, unless you guys see it before you can see. But this I said, do you think that Nintendo can get back into the console race if they decide to leave the gimmicks behind, or optional and create a powerful third-party console with a traditional Pro controller?
Yep.
Here's the thing. What I say yes or no. I say that for their next console will be more powerful than the Xbox One and the PS4. But I think one of Nintendo's big things are their policies. They're just too goddamn strict. And they leave all them goddamn policies and get with the times, have voice check, cross-game check, and all that shit. I think they will be okay. You know what I mean? Just, it is what it is. And here's a good one from Jamie Forshow. He said, what is the difference between the Sony game list and Santa's? He said Santa's list is real. Shit, the gloves is off. The gloves is off, man. The gloves is fucking off. He said Santa's list of games is real. Yeah. Ray ain't here. Did somebody ban him or block me? He ain't here this show. He must, I heard he had diarrhea, so he went about this list on us this week, man. If there's anything else you guys want to see before we close the show out, you want to answer before we go? Now we can get and close it out.
Hey man, you guys all hope you have a happy New Year and stay safe.
Heck yeah.
Okay, and shout out to you, Dragonfly Jones. He said, "Hey, I switched from the PS4 to the Xbox One once I found out that Sony Pictures would never cast me in any of their lead roles." Yeah, hey man, it is what it is, man. Yeah, that was some shit right there. That was some shit. That was a bitter pill, hard to swallow, man. It is what it is. Oh, shout out to Xbox All In too. I checked their channel out. You got a great little channel. If you guys are watching the show right now, go subscribe to Xbox All In. You can see him in the comments section. He says, last question. Do you guys know if we'll be able to capture video clip from the TV show or movies or we own on Xbox videos and upload? I doubt that very seriously you better capture any clips because that comes down to probably privacy. Yeah,
that's why they have that DHCP link. Like if you change the channel while you're watching Netflix, it stops. Because they don't want you recording clips and stuff like that. Yeah. So,
and copyright, you wouldn't be able to record over something. No, we won't be able to do that. I doubt that very, very seriously, bro. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We see you guys next Sunday. God bless. It's been real.
Appreciate you guys. All right, y'all.
Bang, bang.